If there's any Civ that he's the boogeyman as a defender on, this is the one. Welcome back to the channel, folks. Game number 3, a series in which Wham has been executing flawlessly, and he may make it a complete series of flawless execution. Byzantines is his Civ to defend with. I don't think I've seen any other Civ he's played with in which he's able to buffer away aggression so easily. And that's a good thing, considering he's up against KillerPigeon, a known attacker in Age of Empires 4. That's right, welcome back to the series, folks. It is actually 2-0 for Wham. He wins this game. KillerPigeon is out of our $20,000 esports circuit for week number 4. And he will book himself a date in the semi-finals up against Anatan. And fireworks, and kind of a recurring performance of who's getting in deep. But I look forward to seeing how this carves out when we reach week 10, reach week 10, 20, 30, and 40. You know, at the moment, we may have these dominant names at the top, but we've just been seeing this gradual improvement out of some of the upcomers, the upstarts. I mean, just think about where a player like Anatan would have ranked for most people just a year ago. And yet now, you know, seeing semis, thinking about grand finals, doesn't seem that crazy of an idea ever. Yeah, and I hope we see more of that. You know, with the upcoming DLC approaching, which should kind of reset the playing field a bit, Age of Mythology and other similar RTSs maybe dwindling in numbers, we might see more people shifting back. We've already seen Mister and Recon returning, Magic training as well. That's a great bolster to the scene. And let's not also forget things like Stormgate, StarCraft 2's position. AoE 4 is in a good position to take a bunch of extra pros in. And I, for one, am looking forward to it. But these two have been here from the very beginning. Wham, a player who played high-ranking StarCraft 2 but never pro. Cut his teeth in the pro scene AoE 4. KillerPigeon, once upon a time, just a mere men-at-arms English rusher, has now become a Lancaster spear rusher. And it's off to a decent start. Some good harass there. Wham is resilient to using Akrotoy. Yeah, and Wham made the correct call, right? He's going for Hippodrome because this spawn is way, way, way too good for someone to not outpost rush. Berries, gold, stone, double stone. Oh my god. This might be the most painful spawn a Byzantine player's ever had. Just look at it. The backup gold's on the east, the stone is what? Like, you just can't touch any of this. So Hippodrome it is. Now, the good news is that Wham is going to get enough olive oil, I believe, out of this to get the first Lombos, which is going to be very important. And that gold is indeed in range. Even if it wasn't, the TC isn't protecting the gold, so you wouldn't put villagers on this against 5 spearmen. You just die to that. Yeah, and you can see KillerPigeon just eager. He's like, if I'm quick enough, he won't get the olive oil. And he's going to damn well make sure he's quick enough. Love that. Oh my god. I think the outpost reaches there as well. Yeah. KillerPigeon, he's got the perfect position. He doesn't have enough olive oil for Lombos. Oh, this is disastrous. Yeah, the whole idea of Hippodrome is you build the Lombos to deal with the spearmen. So Wham is instead going to have to add in normal archers, which really sets back your timing as Byzantines. KillerPigeon, the best start to a game we think we've seen from him this series. Could this be the one? 14 sheep compared to the 10. So Wham's also going to be lacking food there as well. This is brutal. What's Wham's backup option? The berries are a bit far out, but they're near the tree line, so you can hug it and go around. Deer, you don't really care about. So it's not impossible to get food. You don't really want to be going west here because that's also open ground. Then again, like, you're not up against the cavalry raiding civ, not in a traditional sense. And do remember, guys, this is going to be best horseman versus worst horseman if KillerPigeon goes for the hobbies. And it is going to be Hobbler. Yeah, we've seen this already today from KillerPigeon, right? Earlier today, we saw the KillerPigeon core game in which he relentlessly dove him with what felt like infinite hobbies. This would be a very different game to do it, but like step 1 has already been ticked. You've forced an archer transition. Without another tower, Wham can just go textiles and take it down. No wheelbarrow, long walk would be tricky. Not impossible, sure. But he's not rushing it. And also, actually, your point on textiles doesn't fit because he doesn't have the gold. You need 100 gold for textiles. So your idea is, in theory, cool, but in practice, not possible. Right? The play would be around Akratoy. Wham, I love this. He actually crept the stone, so we'll be able to get the level 2 cistern. That's a decent buffer. Sheep count in the end was 12, so he actually beat Kilyardi on sheep count. To be expected, remember, he did start with the berries, so the numbers are a bit warped. But also remember that Lancaster starts with an additional 4 sheep. Tech up complete. First Lord on the way. And an immediate mana. Now that is interesting. Yeah, so he's not just full committing. He's prepping the economy appropriately. And props to Wham. He makes the sneak out, knowing that Kilyardi's being greedy. Yeah, I think he just poked around with the horseman, right? At least saw the stone. That is a well-camouflaged spearman, by the way. Okay, so this is a game changer. Wham will be able to access Lombos. It's just unfortunate he got forced into Archer prematurely. Your preference here is to not need to build Archers at all, because it's much more beneficial just to get Lombos. Right, they're just a better unit. It also saves you 150 win the process of getting towards your Archers, because you want Merc houses anyway. Whereas to this type of build, to add in Archers, you're essentially sidestepping your eco much harder into wood. Horseman? I'm just going to ride by. Yeah, I mean, with this timing now, with the delay on Lombos, for Kilyardi, it's just a case of build spears, lol. Just more spear forehead. You know what? You were right. What was that comment earlier? There's only like 36 likes on the YouTube live stream. There's 145 of you. Get those likes up. You're right. Smart person. Check that. Oh, hopefully people liking the streams. We're approaching, what? 6.5 hours live? This series will probably bring us up to 7 hours at this rate. Because it looks good for Kilyardi. Reminder, by the way, guys, if you are watching this on a recording later, you can catch us live Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. Don't miss out. Don't skim. You could be part of the chat right now, spamming all the remotes. And it has been a pretty damn good day. We've had some cool games. In particular, I'd recommend people look back at the Anatan Numidan games. We also had, what, the Kilyardi core ones were absolute entertainment. And of course, Numidan mirrored at the start of the day. Double deer grab. Well, this does surprise me. Guys, you're doing this against Byzantines that could play Expilatores. In fact, he's moving for gold now. If I see a player playing like this with villagers, I'm thinking Expilatores. Because it means my horseman will kill in 5 hits instead of 6. But it also means I'll get paid 30 gold every time I kill one of your workers. Jackpot. Did you guys know that Byzantines versus Abbasids is the perfect alchemical matchup? Because you transmute food into gold. Yeah, so they build villages for 30 food, and then you kill them for 30 gold. Now, alchemy is not heresy. It's just good science. Wham. Trying to get cheeky there. It does end up getting the kill in the hobby. Remember what we said about this. This is like best horseman versus worst horseman, or one of the best anyway. Like technically it's temporary, but while you have Triumph, you are the best horseman in the game. Outside of Gilded Horsemen. Is it time consuming to add markers in the videos for games? Yes. I'd say so. I don't know if that really pay off in a live stream either. Normally people who want to watch live streams just want background content anyway that plays all the way through. If that makes sense. There's a different style of consumer, right? Because someone would have to go back and do it. It's either me or my editor. I could ask my editor if he wants to. I think he's going to cry, though. Because I need to talk to him about full edited content next. But how about we censor out the violence that's about to occur? Villages. Torches are out. No trapezites, though, so not a quick burn. And Kilyardi is going to attack him with Hobbler. Wham did not get Expilatores. Lombos are here. The Hobbler are kind of trapped dealing with the horseman, though. So, oh my god, he's making him choose. Gun to the head at the moment, right? Like, either kill the Lombos or save the villages. That's actually brilliant out of Wham. And he is going to go for the melee tech instead. So they'll still achieve the 5-hit kill. It just means that he can fight Hobbler more effectively. That was such a sick idea. But the Spearmen did arrive in time to start scaring him off. And also, once the Hobbler have got the Lords nearby, reminder that they get an extra 22 HP each. Essentially putting them on par health-wise with Wham's Horsemen. Wham, no. Oh, anyone ever met that person who plays City Skylines and they like tried to connect their sewage, but they connected to the wrong point? This is that right now. That's not a level 5 system build. Oops. I mean, this is good though. It proves that it can happen to even the best players in the game, you know? The mere mortals that we may be watching this being like, I don't think I could ever play to this level. It's fine, right? Like, just play the game to enjoy it. Even the pros make what seems like ridiculously simple mistakes. I mean, at the end of the day, the thing that you have to keep in mind is quite often when we watch games like RTSs of Age of Empires, you talk about the race towards perfection, but actually what it is it's a fight against failure. Or a fight against imperfection is the better way of putting it. You know, often we look at it the wrong way around. You don't strive for perfection, you strive to make the least mistakes possible and force your opponent to make them instead. And here's the divided choice. What do? He tries to get the best of both worlds. Wham's going to commit in. He hasn't activated the Triumph, but now we go! Rohirrim Riders activate! There is a dive elsewhere. Looks like the Hobblars are moving in. A counter-offensive, but Outpost already up. Will seek shelter inside. Meanwhile, the main engagement, the Horsemen, trying to beat it back. Lords are falling. The Spearmen are gone. There's only one left in the fight. The Lords are falling. And the Triumph still has 10 seconds to go. Hobblars need kills right now, because this is about to get bad. Those villages are no longer protected. The Lombo Wave, a new ball is here, meaning Spearmen cannot funnel out to this. Instead, he has to fall and dive into the base. Kilyardi moves towards the tree line. More Horsemen reinforcing. Villagers seek shelter successfully. It's going to be a dive towards the berries on the south. In the meantime, the villagers from the deer location get caught. Wham! Strikes them down. But he can hunt for more. There's more villagers running away to the north. Kilyardi, a valiant effort. He has remassed the equal horseman count, but that was an expensive engagement. Props to him, though. Kilyardi, by some miracle, managed to keep even here. 38 to 38 villages in this game. And good eyeballs in chat. No willpower to either player is going to feel quite punished. I think that's why they trusted the outposts. And how many Triumph tickets do we have? Because that's important. 12. 12 isn't bad here. What's important is that Wham stops the Lord count getting up again, because the Lords are what made that fight so difficult. This is meant to be an overwhelming edge. You're meant to be at 14 damage versus the 8, and you're meant to have 25 more health, not to mention the healing throughout a fight, which just elongates you. What happened there is the Lords tanked these big boys up. These little hobbits, they stood tall. It was like someone was wearing a long trench coat with 3 of them inside. But this time, I think he may have chosen poorly. Tries to stand his ground. Lord goes down. Kilyardi, I think he took for granted how important the 4 Lords together were before. This is an 8-strong moment. And also, Kilyardi, I believe, is now struggling on food. He's got the berries on the back, though. Double berries will last a while. The deer are blocked away from him. Lombos are going to get sacked. Turns around for the defense. Yeah, Lombos are pretty much gone. I think what Wham might start to try and do here is just keep Lombos at home until the ball is bigger. Because trickling them in is becoming a bit pricey against Hobblars. That being said, new group arrives. He's bogged him again. Triumph activated once more, but only lasts a few seconds. But a few seconds is all he needs. Lightning fast strike from Wham. Wow. Okay. This is impressive, man. I mean, I'm impressed that Kilyardi was able to fight back as efficiently as he did in the first 2 engagements, but on such a small run of Triumph time there, he got so much impact. Yeah, it just shows you the snowball potential with this ability. Like, usually Triumph is that activate it too early and the game is over type ability. But the cool thing here is when you start to snowball your lead, Only a few seconds is all that's needed. A few seconds when you outnumber your opponent 2-1 of +4 damage is enough. You have to think of Triumph in these situations like Kurotai when you're ahead. It is just seemingly overkill, but it makes winning feel so much easier. Let's give a retreat away. KillerPigeon now going for the walls. And Wham, he's pulled onto the ball. He's getting ready for castle. Yeah, good timing ahead of him. He's got enough horsemen to contest the mid-map. I do like this play over just playing full commitment, because the problem you're going to have is eventually you have to add in all these olive groves, which he's now doing, but you don't have Grand Winery to make them better. Meanwhile, your opponent is playing Lancaster. Manners, right? Like, it's infinite food. So your opponent's never going to run out, and props to KillerPigeon. He's already got a decent number of farms, up to 12. We'll shift for the south side berries. Wall now going up. Hobbler. Moving with motion. Wham will get the early warning. Pulls for the Golden Horn Tower. And are you freaking serious? Out of all the locations to check, KillerPigeon finds the landmark! Beautiful blocker there. Akratoy is going to minimize the damage taken from these flimsy ponies, but it's not going to reduce it enough. Jumps on in. We'll find a few worker kills for his troubles. I think that was 2 going down. But the pathing for KillerPigeon. Doesn't screw him over. He gets away. Second Hobbler group is poking from the north side. Spearman was sacked, though. Wham split the fight up perfectly. Okay, so Golden Horn Tower now back under construct. But KillerPigeon now knows. So the difference is he's not over commitment. He's just getting as much damage done while he's prepping for his own tech. Hobbler are going to get decent trade. You just see what I mean about their effective HP. When they've got the ranged armor benefit here, like, you know, when it's only ranged attacks coming in, they do last an insanely long time. He's still not done, by the way. Wait, what? Oh my god, those workers are so low. Are you freaking serious right now? He's brought enough time to bring the lords all the way over. This is nuts from KillerPigeon. Outpost getting fortified. The arrow slits are coming through to make it much more threatening to be here. The lords are in effect, but the triumph is available. And there's the button! Wham! He waited, he bided his time until it was stretched out, and then he runs KillerPigeon Finn. Second wave of Hobbler is committing, though. From behind, the lords are still alive! The horsemen couldn't win! Oh my god, the health increase is ridiculous, and now the torches are out! He's going to force him to commit or cancel. He's still got more spearmen coming. The horsemen, they've just got like no time left on the triumph. He might just have to activate the 2 or 3 seconds he's got. Landmark. No way. Is he actually going to get this? Textile's now being prepped. Wham knows he's going to have to send the workers in soon. Villagers sneak across. He forces the dive. But now it's going to be a chase on the other side. Torches out again. This is actually happening. KillerPigeon. Heavy damage being done with the villager ball. He moves them in. Lords now being sniped down. The villagers run for it. They feel like they've done enough here. The Hobblers are left all alone without their lords. A recommitment again. This fight is never ending. The villagers have done it, though. It's enough. KillerPigeon. Full squeaky bum time. But no stopping it. Wham, we'll get the age up. But at what cost? A heavy price for sure. Textiles minimize the damage at least, but he finds himself 9 down with KillerPigeon mirroring the time. White Tower now complete for Lancaster. That might be one of the craziest all-in fuel aggros I have seen. This man is mythological. KillerPigeon, his army is going to get expired now, but he's prepping the next wave. Good damage done. He's got the initial Earl's Guard on the way to keep pressure. Unbelievable. I just know, I need a moment after that. That was pure cinema. He fights under the biggest tower that exists in Age of Empires 4. He comes out looking better for it. Counterfracts are now arriving from Wham, though. It has been a long, long, long route to castle. And Kilyardi looks to exploit the map without hesitation. We've already got monks on the way as the knights start to posture aggressively. Counterfract should be able to mirror that move, though. And you just wish there was a way you could use lords with knights. Imagine how tanky they get. Another villager gets chopped down. Kilyardi just always keeps eyes on the prize. However, this is expensive. Several knights go down. He's looking for those worker kills, but the repair crew are going to beat him to the punchline. Elsgard now with the dive in, but textiles will protect them. That was maybe a bit too expensive for Kilyardi. I don't know. This is right now a heavy cav race, and it's one that you've just given Wham the ability to win in. Which is impressive considering how much more expensive his cavalry are. Knights coming out on the defensive. Numbers are good. Wham's slightly overextended here. I don't think he quite realizes it yet. Does pull away just in time. He's prepping the crossbow switch. I think this is good enough. It's now a race for relics, but Wham is already 2 steps behind. Map positioning is going to be critical here, though. And he has got 2 fairly safe relics. Kilyardi already has 1 home, and the others are wide enough he should be able to find them. I can't believe we've got woodworkers up here. Wham. Triumph charges up to only 7. Not good enough. So it's a 13 worker lead plus the mana, so about like what, 20 worker lead? Assistant level 5 is going to be adding in about an extra 25% efficiency. Let's just round it that way for simplicity. Wham's exactly at 50 villages, so he's getting about 12.5 villages. He's still behind, just not as much as you'd think. You can see on the numbers, actually, the gold is the area he's struggling in the most compared to Kilyardi. White Tower, whoops. Run. Yeah, Cataphracts, they're not crazy enough to dive the defensive landmark. This is the thing that's really nice about White Tower, even when you play Knights, is it's very freeing. It just lets you roam. Because you always have something safe to fall back with your economy. Still, I'm getting worried. I think Kilyardi needs crossbows a lot faster than this. 14 Cataphract now. Remember, you haven't got spears, so your opponent can actually just dive past your knights to get on top of the crossbowmen. Yeah, and the reason why Kilyardi doesn't have spears, by the way, is the lombo count. It's pretty crazy. Nice backstab here, though. Kilyardi. We'll move in. Has to be careful not to hang around too long, though. He's not quite getting the finishing touch on these kills. And now the triumph! Wham. Perfect moment to do this. He's got the trample to reach one of the crossbows if need be. For the time being, he just buys time for the lombos. Now it's a dive pass. That's going to give a trade out to the knights, though. Yeah, they'll clean up the last of the lombos. And the White Tower will protect. So a cool idea there by Wham. The White Tower is always that big but at the end of the sentence. Props to him. Kilyardi has dodged death with workers at most points so far in this game. 1 or 2 lombos are at least going to be creeping around the back. I actually don't mind the idea of adding in lords here against Katas when you've got crossbows to protect them anyway, but Kilyardi... Wait, what? No, not like this. He didn't realize. Oh my god. All that work, all that feudal grind, and this is how it ends? The villager leader's gone. Completely gone. In one strike. You know, people watch these type of games and they're the ones that convince you that it's better to just go Castle Age, because think about how hard Kilyardi worked for the damage he done. And how easily Wham pulled it back once Castle arrived. The insanity of it. Cataphracts, they have got trample again. They could just chase these. Wham not willing to overcommit, which is surprising. He's got so much food still. Ball's got 1,000 food. Decent amount of deer. And the grove count already up to 17. I mean, he's pretty well padded here. I'm impressed by the way that he's just been keeping his eco pacing upwards on the food. And unfortunate timing there for KillerPigeon. He just went for level 2 mana when this happened. The villager from Wham? Wait, what? I don't know if this was intended. Mangonel Tower in the Stealth Forest does sound pretty dirty to me, though. Now, good news for KillerPigeon. Relic game has been an outstanding win. A resounding victory. He's got the 4th relic now on the way home. It just came through the gates. Plus the extra mana's layering in. I do wonder if he needed to use the stone for a castle drop, though. Yeah, you're quite vulnerable to these catters now. You can see he's so resistant to spears, but I wonder if maybe it was the time to do it when the Lombos got wiped. It would give you a way of dealing with the trample, at least. KillerPigeon is going to creep out. Luckily for him, Wham doesn't know what was happening on the other side of that tree line. Yeah, he's probably just assuming it's these woodworkers up here, which would make sense. Why would you be this greedy, right? But he actually builds a lumber camp for that one drop-off. And we'll switch on to gold, but... Wham didn't see him. No, it's going to be a burn in the base. He goes straight for the manas. Crossbow's getting chased away. Triumph has now been activated. 30 seconds! Okay, no. No way. Can the Knights do this? Surely not. There's what? 11 cataphracts here? The second wave is yet to arrive. They're hitting the front of the base. So technically, this is the best fight KillerPigeon is going to get. And even this doesn't look that great. Well, on the back corner. Does deny that relic. Not only does this fight not look that great, KillerPigeon just lost it. That's it. This game is over. I cannot believe it. Wham is a monster. He goes down, what, 12 villages? 13 villages? He gets all in feudal pressured. KillerPigeon then gets the tech up. He gets the relic advantage. It looked like everything was going right. But KillerPigeon is a mouse. And he just encountered the caddis. And these babies purr. 1,500 horsepower. I think that's a lot. Cataphracts now diving the White Tower. With impunity. They just don't give a damn. There's just nothing left of him. KillerPigeon has been picked to the bone. It's going to be a full seat shelter towards the White Tower. It's been protecting him up to this stage, but I think this is going to be the end of the road for him. Whoa, Wham. Ambitious. What the hell are we doing, man? Let's not get overconfident here. Just back away, recommit, trample their asses out of this game. Knock at the back door. Villagers, we'll better get out. Imagine if you could trample over walls. No, don't go there. 3 cataphracts going around the back. KillerPigeon at death's door. And the Reaper just came knocking. The gold has somehow miraculously still not been seen, but it's only got 1,000 left. And I think he has bigger problems. The food. The food, man. Mana's getting burnt again. Second wave now arriving. KillerPigeon. He's not one to give it over early, but this looks cooked, baked, burned. Baby truly backed into a corner, and the Lombo did just discover him. The one area that KillerPigeon was not being harassed has now been found. Cataphracts are going to turn up. It's not like he's safe on the other side of this wall either, really. Spamming madness in the corner. Oh, he's got access to 9 manas, but it just feels like he's never getting past 6 here. Every time he builds one, 1 falls. And behind all this, we've now got Foreign Engineering Company on the way for the Byzantines. What more do you need? At this point, I think KillerPigeon can be forgiven for GGing when he hears Age Up. Because he's been stuck at no army for a long time. Yeah, just a trickling of knights to try and contest. The Age Up complete. You saw it in the minimap. I just noticed that all the way across, his signature move to end this one. What an insane comeback out of Wham. Guys, if you like these type of games, this is why you need to be subscribed to the channel. Share these around on Reddit. Let people know about this. This is definitely game of the day and definitely getting up on YouTube. An incredible effort by Kilyardi. But we talked about Wham's defensive power of Byzantines and his aggression, and it was all on show in this one.